blah 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 blah. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I thought we would have a little bit of a soap making day. I feel like I haven't made soap in ages.
It's been 84 years.
So I found this kit online and we're going to be making some floral handmade soaps. Obviously we're not going to be doing it from scratch. I know there's lots of soap makers who mix the lye and do all that kind of stuff. This is a very, very basic soap making kit, which I appreciate. Because soap making, believe it or not, it can like explode or something. It can be really dangerous. Whereas this, it's just like, I don't know, just a piece of piss really, isn't it? I hope so, unless I've bought something way more complicated than I thought I bought. Okay, so let's get into this little kit. I will say mine, the packaging's really nice, isn't it? I don't know, it just looks dead fancy, doesn't it? I don't actually think it's going to be as fancy as it looks. I think it's going to be quite simple.
Hi.
Okay, we're off to a good start. We've got a cute little flower mould. We've got a couple of other little soap moulds here that says 100% handmade. We've got a couple of little bar moulds and some fantasy green and vintage gold mica powders, or mica powders, however you want to pronounce it. Yes, I pronounced it the wrong way. We all know this.
I'm upset and uptight.
We've got some pigments. So I've got sunset yellow, amaranth, which looks like a purple. Oh no, and we've got a taro purple. I don't know what the amaranth is. I think it might be pink. We've got a little icing spatula thing. Fun! We have some crystal clear melt and pour soap base. I've used stuff like this before, so this isn't like unfamiliar to us. Oh, and we've got another one.
You're joking.
We've got a goat's milk melt and pour one as well. We've got a couple of jugs. This should be our floral stuff. Oh, this does look quite nice actually. It looks very sophisticated. Not like me at all. We've got a bag of pink salt. We've got some marigolds. We've got some rose petals. And we've got lavender as well. Oh, I'm going to be making the fanciest soap ever.
I hope that's a first-class stamp.
I'm surprised I didn't get any scent. I suppose maybe the flowers are scented. Obviously lavender smells very lavender.
Oh, duh.
The other stuff might be a little bit more subtle. Apparently the rose petals and the lavender, they should be added to the soap's surface after it's been poured. The pink salt and the marigolds, I think, can just go inside the soap. Apparently as well with this soap stuff, you can either do the double boiler method, which is what we're going to be doing, or you can also just blitz it in the microwave for like 30 seconds at a time to melt it down and then pour it. But I couldn't be asked to bring the microwave up.
You lazy bitch.
Okay, that's fine. Right, I'm gonna need some water then, aren't I? On our little hot plate, we'll start warming that up and then we'll start prepping these soaps. I think I want to make a couple of marigold soap bars.
Groundbreaking.
So just marigolds in them. I think that'll be quite nice. And obviously I want the flowers to be seen. That's the whole point. So we're gonna go for the crystal clear one rather than the goat's milk. If you're wondering, the soap base is unscented, it doesn't smell like anything. We'll do a big one for this, and the trick is to just cut this down into smaller chunks. Right, hopefully that'll be enough. It's really hard to tell sometimes. I'm just wondering as well, are any of these scented? Because I can smell something, I have a feeling something smells. Yeah, they're just pigments, I can tell they are. But I don't want to add any colour to this because I don't want to detract from the... Oh, actually though, could I do...
Here we go.
Maybe it's a bit of blue. No, I think a bit of... Shall a bit of blue? I don't know whether that might be a bit too much.
It's never stopped you before.
I'll start melting this first. So I'm just going to dunk that in there and hope my jug doesn't melt. But I want to prep these little moulds by sticking some marigolds in. Oh, they smell nice. I'm just going to stick loads in. Because at the end of the day, you want your soap to actually smell like what's inside it. So if we put plenty of these in, it'll look and smell great. I'll just use it all. You're not melting, are you? Nope. Good. I like to see. Oh my god, calm down. I wasn't going to do a double boiler, you know. I was just going to stick this up straight in the pan. And I'm kind of wishing I'd just done that. It'd be so much quicker. It's melting, but I feel like I'm going to be here for hours. I'll give it another 10 minutes and see how it's getting on. What I might do while that's bubbling away and scaring the shit out of us, I might prep my goat's milk one. I think we'll make like a few batches and just kind of experiment with like the colours and stuff and add some of the flowers on afterwards. I think that'll look quite nice. Ooh, and the pink salt. I forgot about the pink salt. I tell you what, actually, I want to stick some of the pink salt in here because I think that'll be quite cute. It doesn't really smell of anything, but I think it'll be like nice on your hands. Sprinkle a bit in. Cute, love that. Oh. Okay, it's definitely melting down. We're getting there. Okay, you'll definitely find it quicker to melt in the microwave. This has taken a long, long time. I should have just put it straight in the pan. It would have been so much easier, but I thought I would do it the right way, the professional way, and now I'm regretting it. Also, I see like a lot of soap makers on TikTok are doing like their soaps and pouring their soaps, like the proper like fancy bars and stuff. And one thing that bothers me, I don't know whether anyone else feels it, or if they watch TikTok or anything like that, I don't understand the obsession with recording a video and then then, like, say this is the video now, and then I'd be like,
Okay, we're all done. Wait till part 2.
like, no. Show us the whole video. It really, really boils my piss. The amount of content creators that'll record part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a video. Just record the entire thing and then post the entire thing. It pisses me off that much that if I see part 1 and I'm irritated the fact that I've watched it and we haven't come to a conclusion or a finish, then when part 2 does eventually come up on my For You page, I will purposefully skip past it and be like, to you.
Ooh.
Because, like, just post it all in one video. It really, really, really irritates us. And it's just on TikTok as well. You don't see that on YouTube. You don't see people saying, okay, well, come back tomorrow for part 2. Like, no, just post your entire video. It's not hard. And it happens a lot with soap makers on TikTok. So if any soap TikTok makers are watching out there, post your entire video. Stop being a dick. And I'm sure they do it for the algorithm or some other bullshit like that. But for users, people who actually watch your videos, it's really irritating. Another type of video that I'll skip on TikTok, and it really irritates us for some reason, is when someone introduces themselves. It's usually like a medical person. So they'll say, my name's Dr. Emma and I'm a board certified blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh my god, piss off. Just shut up. Just shut up. I don't know why it irritates us, but it just really, really bothers us. Just, I don't know, like, why start your video like that? Like, it's just very formal and just odd. I don't know. I don't get it. It might just be a personal thing for me and no one else feels that way, and that's totally fine, but it just irritates us. And they're the kind of videos that I'm like, bye-bye, skip. Oh, this is taking so long. You're getting there, but I feel like you're just like melting into a big chunk now. Right, I'll meet you back here once this is fully melted and we can move on to actually doing something with the soap. Because I've been here half an hour and it's still like this. Okay, so my transparent soap base is finally melted. And I thought while I was on, which made sense, is to stick the other one in here as well while that one's melting so they can both melt at the same time. Obviously, makes complete sense. So the goat's milk one isn't fully done yet. I'm just gonna get this little soap mold here. Let's just double check. Yep, that's fully melted, good. So this is marigolds and pink salt. We just wanna pour it over the top of there. I don't know whether you saw that, but that was a big chunk of soap that hadn't melted. So obviously I was wrong. Oh, there's 100% not enough soap in here, I can tell. Okay, we're gonna need some more. Great. Right, back in the water it goes. But I think that'll be an interesting idea, won't it? It's getting there. It melts a lot quicker than the transparent one. It also smells really creamy. I don't know, it's got a very kind of creamy smell. Well, it's goat's milk, isn't it? So it will smell creamy. It smells nice, actually. Not like a strong fragrance, just like, I don't know, subtle and milky. So while that goat's milk one is still melting, I'll prep these, and I think I'll do 2 lavender, 2 rose petal. And obviously I want them on the bottom of the molds because when I pour the soap in, hopefully that stuff stays at the bottom. I'll chuck a bit of lavender in this one, and a bit of lavender in that one. Rose petals don't really have a strong scent. They obviously smell like aromatic, but it's not an overpowering smell. It's quite nice actually. And then I think with these 2 little soap molds, we'll do a little bit of experimenting with colour. Definitely wish I'd just brought the microwave up. It would have been a million times quicker. If you're going to do it with a double boiler, it takes ages. It takes so long. So I finally melted enough soap to fill this other one. I did it off camera, I'm sorry. The main reason is because I wanted to transfer the goat's milk into this big jug just so it would melt quicker because it was taking forever. But that's fully done now. So this one, I just want it soap and the little floral bits. I don't want to mess around with colour. Hopefully the stuff stays on the bottom, but I don't think it's going to now that I'm doing it because obviously it's dry. Oh well, never mind. Some might be on the bottom of that, but I don't think any of it's at the bottom. What about you, rose petals? Are you going to stay at the bottom? Are you shite? Right, now I need to melt some more and I'm just going to do it straight in the pan. I'm going to get rid of this water. This is why I hate double boilers. They're shite. Waste of time. Pan back on. Soap straight in. I should have done this originally. This was originally going to be my idea, but then I thought, you know what? I'll put the effort in, I'll do it the correct way, and the correct way was just shite. I like cutting corners. Cutting corners gets things done quicker. Yes, you make more mistakes, but still. Oh, look at that, just melting like butter.
Butter.
In fact, while that's melting, for one of these, I just want to add some of this mica powder. Just pop a little bit of mica powder on this side. Oops, oh, that was a lot of mica powder. And then a little bit in this side. That was a lot of mica powder too. And then I just want to get a paintbrush. I'm just gonna kind of paint these in around the mold. I'm gonna get rid of that excess. Perfect. So I think that'll look quite cool. I think that'll have a nice effect. Right, that's fully melted. And I want to finish this rose one off. And then I want to do the mica powder one. what that one looks like. It doesn't look great. And then I just want to add some swirls of this colour. Shall I add all three? I may as well. Just a couple of drops. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same with the others. Oh, I think this will actually look really cool. And I'm not going to mix them up or anything. I just want to try and get like a nice marbled swirly design and then just pour that straight in. You know what, as that poured in, it made my heart so happy. It looked so sexy. Okay, so all my soap bars are done. I'm gonna pop downstairs, pop them in the freezer. I'm gonna take the dogs out for a walk because they're desperate. They need their wheeze. And then hopefully by the time I come back, we'll have some soaps to unmold and enjoy.
Are you enjoying your walk? Are you enjoying your walk? Oh my gosh. Are you enjoying it? Oh, you got his bum. You're giving us the bum. Oh my god, we're off.
Okay, I'm back with my soaps, and you'll be happy to know that I beat the rain. Just as I was coming in, it started to rain outside. It makes a change. The other day, I was getting ready to go for a run. It had been lovely blue skies all day. As soon as I literally stepped out the door, it started pouring down. I was freezing and soaking wet by the time I got back home. But anyway, let's get these out the mould, see what they're looking like. So we'll start off with our little marigold ones. So I would say that these look
Shit.
rustic. I think that's the perfect descriptive word for these. They definitely don't look sophisticated, neat, or elegant. They look very
Shit.
rustic. But that's them there. Some would say they look messy. I think they look quite kind of countryside rustic, like soap bars. They don't look dirty or messy. But I think they're quite nice. Obviously the bubbles will like wash off and stuff as you get to wet these and stuff like that. Or I could just kind of heat them up if I wanted to. They don't have a strong scent. There's something there, but not like a lot. Right, let's try these little floral ones out. See if any of the flower bits have actually gone to the bottom, aka the top, which I don't think they have. Oh, a tiny amount has. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, these don't look as exciting. They're kind of misleading, so you would see them and be like, oh, normal white soaps, and then it's like, kabam, loads of like flowery bits inside. They smell really nice though. It kind of makes me want to rub them all over my body. Touch my body. It's like that kind of smell, like I want to, I don't know, just like smush it in my face. And they feel silky too. They're nice them. I'm gonna put them in my bathroom. I'm gonna use them ones. I'm really into them. But yeah, it's just a shame that all the flowers obviously sunk right down to the bottom and literally barely any has got to the top. All right, let's try our little mica powder one. See what this is looking like. Oh my god, there's so much mica powder that hasn't done anything. Oh, it's everywhere. Okay, maybe I should have got rid of some of the mica powder. That was a mistake. I need to get rid of a lot more mica powder. So that's it there. The colours definitely worked. It's very interesting, but like, look at this. You wouldn't want to wash your hands with that, would you? You're just gonna get mica powder all over you. And because I've had big pockets of mica powder in the mold, it's chipped away some of the soap from the corners. So I don't know, I think you should be a little bit more delicate when it comes to that idea. It does work, it's just I got carried away. And then this final one, which I'm quite excited about. I think this is gonna look really interesting. Ooh, now that's nice. This reminds me of like a soap you would find in a fancy hotel. I think that's really cool. All the other colours didn't really appear, it's just the purple. I think it's really nice. And then the back as well. I think the back looks super cool too. I think that's a really nice one. I think this one's worked the best actually. Again, it's got that like creamy, wanna rub it all over my face smell. I like it. I'm really into it. I can't wait to wash my hands. Anyway, I think that just about does it for today's soap making video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know whether you'll be trying a little soap making kit at some point. I think they're very fun. I think it's a really fun introduction to soap making. I don't think I'm quite ready for the advanced mixing it all from scratch and doing long bars and chopping it up and stuff. It looks very complicated. I don't feel like I can quite master just melting and pouring soap just yet. So maybe I need to wait a bit longer until I try something a bit more complicated. But if you come across any little craft kits or anything that you want me to try on the channel, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you on Friday for a brand new video. I think the great thing about soap making too is obviously I've made a massive mess. Like my table and everywhere is just such a mess, but it's all soap, so it's like really easy to clean. You literally just add water and then all of a sudden it's cleaning itself.